Has
No,
it stopped?
I don't think so.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, everybody. Let me turn on my camera's not on. Now it's on. Okay. I'm just pulling up my notes. And I actually moved I stay rearranging the furniture in my house, trying to figure out where, I just moved, so I stay rearranging the furniture in my house, trying to figure out where the best lighting is. So if you see me from a different angle every time I teach, that's why. Let me, oh man, let's see.
Hey, great day, Kelly. It's your boy Rod from IG. I follow you there. I've been following you for a while. I just want to shout you out. I'm grubbing while I listen, so I'm gonna be muted, and my video's gonna be off. All right.
That's fine.
All right.
All right, you guys. So I'm gonna wait just like 2 or 3 more minutes to let people filter in here. But I do have the chat open. I don't know why my screen is showing like this. It's never done this before. It's really strange. It's really strange. But I do have the chat open. So when I get to the end of the class, I am going to answer questions. And so you guys can go ahead and drop your questions in the chat as I'm going, and I'll answer all of them at the end. Because when I answer questions, I tend to give examples, and sometimes I get a little bit off topic. So it's easier to answer them at the end. But go ahead in the chat box and drop where you are from and what you do. Because this webinar, it really applies to all service and all product-based businesses. So go ahead and drop where you're from and what you do in the chat box while we wait for just a few more minutes for whoever else to join us can go ahead and join us. California, North Carolina, New York, y'all on lockdown, or have been on lockdown for a while. Houston, Virginia, Jackson, another Houston, Portsmouth, North Carolina, Rhode Island. If you see somebody in here who is from where you are from, don't hesitate to message that person, because that can be your accountability partner. Especially if you guys live in the same city, that person, you guys can probably meet up and stuff like that. Of course, after we got a quarantine. Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Washington, D.C., San Antonio, Atlanta. There's a couple of Atlantas in here. I was wondering if we were going to have any Atlantas. I need a boomerang for Instagram. Someone said they can't hear. If you can't hear, you might want to exit and then come back in. See, I'm getting DMs. Yeah, if you can't hear, exit and come back in, because it's probably just a glitch with Zoom. It's probably just a glitch with Zoom. Okay, so you might want to get a piece of paper to take notes, because, let me lift that up a little bit. Because I'm not going to do a slideshow. I'm just going to kind of talk you guys through this. And like I said, answer the questions at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. This webinar is going to be about how to uncover hidden revenue streams in your business. I really, really, really was excited to teach this because I've seen a lot of people over the past few weeks kind of in a panic, starting new businesses from the ground up, starting new businesses from scratch because of everything that's going on. And there are a few cases where that would make sense. Like, for example, if you can sew and you wanted to do masks, that would kind of make sense. Just as starting over. But in most cases, it makes more sense and you'll make more money and more progress if you build into what you already have, or I'm not sorry, build on top of what you've already started and what you already have going, and just add an extra revenue stream that fits in with what's going on economically, right? So I felt like I saw a lot of people doing extra work that didn't need to be done. And of course, as a coach, I'm like, I want to help everybody, but it's hard to help everybody one-on-one. It's a lot easier to say, okay, we're going to do a free class and you guys can jump in and get this information that you need so that you don't have to start all the way over from square one because of where the economy is or where it may be going. So I was really, really excited to teach it for that reason, and because I like talking about money and numbers. Like, you know, I'm not a fanatic of like money, 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 money. It's more so I like to have my freedom of time and to be able to do whatever I want to do and not worry about money. That's the thing I love about it. And then the numbers thing, I'm a fanatic about numbers. So all the data stuff, that's why I'm always talking about analytics and showing examples and drawing on the whiteboard, which I won't be doing tonight. But trust me, I wanted to draw on the whiteboard, okay? But I look like a beluga whale from the side because I'm almost in my third trimester of pregnancy, and I was like, okay, well, no whiteboard tonight. So that's why, okay, awesome, you can hear now. So that is why I was so super excited to teach this class. So I'm so glad that you guys registered and that you guys showed up live, because I have some really good stuff for you, and this is only available live, okay? So first, we're going to kick it off. I got the notes on my phone because it's a little bit lengthy, but first we're going to kick it off with 4 steps to uncovering the hidden revenue streams, okay? And then I'm going to give you another 4 things that you must have to create irresistible products and services, because when you are in an economy that's kind of like teetering, because that's where we are now, we're not in a recession, we don't really know if we're going to go into one, no one knows for sure until it really starts happening. We don't know if we're going to go into one, so it's kind of like we're rocking the boat right now. And when you're in that type of rocking the boat situation, the only products that really sell are products that people are 110% sure, knowing I need this now. And so you kind of have to switch the way that you create products to, I'm creating this because I know people need it, to what is going to be irresistible, something that's like that people are like, I have to get that now. Like when they see a cloth face mask, they're like, I know I need that, but if it has their favorite NFL team on it, or if it's made out of sequins, they're like, I need it now, I need it now. So that is the shift that creates the increase in sales. So there's 4 things that you have to create irresistible products and services. That's digital products, physical, and services. So this applies to all businesses. Then I'm going to give you guys the 7 current streams that I use right now. There's more than 7 streams, but I'm giving you the 7 that I've been using for years now and that are still working right now, okay? And you may be using 2 or 3 of them already, but it's nice to expand or at least open up your mind to all 7 of them so that when the opportunity arises, you can implement one of those 7, okay? Without starting all the way over from square one. So let's go ahead and kick it off. So number 1, you need to identify where you are making the most money now, even if it's not that much, okay? If you're not making money right now, identify where you are getting the most amount of traffic. So that is step number 1. You have to know, where are you making the most amount of money right now? And you may not know off the top of your head. That's totally fine. Just write it down. Or I was going to say make a mental note. Don't make a mental note because we already have enough mental notes as it is. No, don't make a mental note. Write it down or put it in your phone notes. Where am I making the most money? Even if it means I made $100 on this product and all my other products, I made $5. It doesn't matter if it's not that much money or you think it's not that much money. What is selling the most for you right now? And if you are not selling right now, so if you have a business, but you're not making any money or you haven't made any sales in the last 30 days or so, where are you getting the most traffic? What post on Instagram is bringing you the most likes? Even if that means this post has 5 likes and all the other posts have 2 likes, it still counts. Where are you seeing the most amount of traffic? This is a really important first step because in an economy like this, it's really important for you to focus on, and really not even an economy like this, all the time. It's important for you to focus on the 20% and not the 80%. So I can't even remember the name of the book, the author of the book, but there's a book called the 80-20 rule. And it says that 20% of most of your income is going to come from 20% of your customers. The rule really applies to everything, but the mass of your income is going to come from 20% of your customers. So, or 20% of your content is going to bring the mass of your traffic. So it's important for you to focus on that 20% instead of looking at everything that's going on and getting overwhelmed. Just focus on what is working and how to take what is working and expand that. Okay? Then that way you don't get overwhelmed. So that's number 1. Identify where you're making the most money now, even if it's not that much. And if you're not making money, identify where you are getting the most traffic. And I used Instagram posts as an example, but it could also be Facebook posts, blog posts, emails, wherever you are getting the most people looking at your brand. What is that piece of content? Okay. Number 2, revisit your ideal client and compare that to who you are actually attracting. I don't think I've ever talked about this in a class before. We just talk about, who is your target market? Who's your ideal client? That's all we really talk about. But we don't talk about the fact that in reality, a lot of times what happens is who you've decided that your ideal client is not necessarily who you're attracting. And in most situations, you want to shift your content to attract who you want to attract. But right now, with what's currently going on, and in order for you to make money now, it's important for you to figure out, well, who am I actually attracting? And how can I service that person? There are a lot of people who would tell you not to do this. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people who will tell you, if you said my ideal client is moms in between the ages of 25 and 35, and you're attracting moms in between 45 and 50, they're going to tell you you need to change your content so that you can attract the people that you intend to attract. But right now, for making money right now and riding out this economy and even maybe shifting your business, if you are naturally attracting, if what you're posting is naturally attracting moms in between 45 to 50, then service those people who are in front of you, okay? Because it doesn't make any sense if you're saying, these are my people, but then you have a whole lot of people in front of you who are not your people as you want it to be. But if they're all in front of you lined up ready to buy something, why not give them something to buy? Don't fight it. Give them something to buy, okay? That's going to help you continue to make money during this time and make consistent money during this time. It's going to keep you afloat. But it happens a lot to us, and it's not something that we do on purpose, of course, but it happens, you know? What I had set out as my ideal client is not who I ended up attracting. But guess what? When I realized that, I shifted. And I said, man, I'm attracting a lot of people who are new to business or people who aren't making that much money, but they want to make money because of the way that I teach, because of the way that I break things down and I explain things. Let me just service these people. These people are in need too. Let me service these people. And I built a whole business off of being able to break down things that are vague and complicated into simple, actionable steps that get results. And it pays my bills. So sometimes it's better to service the people who are in front of you. And you may not be, I'm spiritual, you may not be spiritual, and that is totally fine. But also noticing that God is going to move you where you need to be, regardless of where you think you need to be. So you may say, these are my people. And he says, no, actually, those are not your people, and brings you a whole slew of slaves that you need to free. Like, it happens. So if you're spiritual, you get it. But it happens like that. And sometimes it's okay to shift. But just know that it's okay. It's not wrong to do that. Okay. Where is my, hold on a second, guys. I need to plug my laptop in. I thought it was plugged in and it's not. Hold on. There we go. I had my charger sitting right there and everything. But yeah, it's okay to shift. It is okay if you said you were going to service these type of people and now you're servicing this other group of people over here. It's fine. You're still operating in your skill. So number 2 was revisit your ideal client and compare that to who you are actually attracting. All right. You have 2 options. Serve the people who are present, which is the short route. That's a shortcut. Or shift your content to attract who you initially had your business plan built around, which is going to take you a little bit longer. So you do have a choice there. You have a choice. Number 3, do a survey. Do a survey, either on your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed, or via email or Instagram stories with a poll. Okay, those are all the ways you can do a survey. Ask people how they like to consume their content, and also do research on how people consume their content. This can include looking at your analytics. So I do this every so often. It's very, very important because you may, this kind of segues back into number 2, you may like to produce video content, but your audience prefers text. They may be readers. You may like to produce your content as text, but your audience prefers video. Different people learn different ways. So that's why it's important for you to ask or take a survey and go with the majority. All right. It's going to require you to get a little bit out of your comfort zone. If you're video shy and your audience says, hey, we prefer video. Or you could give them a survey that doesn't include options that make you shy. So if you're video shy, you can give them on a survey 2 options, or you can put it in your story, your Instagram stories with a little poll option. Okay, I like audio, or do you like audio, or do you prefer text? And then they can choose. But You have to give them the option, and what that's going to do for you is it's going to cut down on the amount of people who don't purchase because it's in a format that they don't learn in. So you could have a really good topic, a really good product, a really good service, and you're offering it as an ebook, and your audience is like preferring video courses, or they prefer it to be in a class format. And so you're going to miss out on that money because people are thinking, I don't have time to read an ebook, but they want to learn about that topic. They may have time to listen to an audio, or they may have time to watch a video. Video and audio really are almost the same exact thing, you guys. So if you're video shy because of being seen on camera, like seeing yourself on camera, or because you know you're talking and you're the only person in the room, if you're video shy, audio is just as good. Because most of the time right now in today's world, if the video is longer than 10 minutes, people are not going to sit down for 10 minutes unless it's like something really, 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 really important. Most of the time, what's going to happen is, especially if you have kids, you're going to put your earphones in and listen to it while you're at home, or listen to it on your laptop to the side while you're cooking, or listen to it in the car. Even if it's a video, they're still going to be listening and not necessarily looking if you're not explaining something visual. So that puts video and audio on the same level. So if you're video shy, there's the solution for you. Just do audio, okay? But definitely video and audio are going to resonate a little bit higher than text, unless your audience is readers. Most of the time, and I'll give you this kind of general rule of thumb, most of the time, if your audience is 45 years of age or older, they prefer to read because it's just a generation that they came from. Unless you just have a really avid, an audience that's really avid readers, which some people do have an audience that's really avid readers, but most of the time the older audiences, I don't even like to say older, 45 is not old, but most of the time the 45 and up crowd, they like to read, and their kids are out of the house, so they're not worried about a whole bunch of noise and all that other kind of stuff, okay? Most of the time. The younger generation, 25 to 35, they're on video. Most of the time they're on video. They like to listen to audio. They have longer commutes to work. Well, no one has a commute to work right now, but they've got longer commutes to work. And so they're in the gym, they're walking through the grocery store. They've got AirPods on everywhere they go. So they're more likely to listen. All right. But it's good for you to do a survey to figure out, because you could be missing out on a whole lot of money because you're offering things in a format that people don't resonate with or don't listen to, okay? Number 4, once you know what people want, you will also need to take time to decide what's easiest for you to create, okay? Video, audio, or written content. If there's an intersection between what people have voted for as their top 2 options or their top options and what is easiest for you to create, then that is the winner. That's the form that you need to create your content in, okay? If not, if there's not an intersection, you have 2 options. You can go with what the people want and just suck it up. If you don't like video, if they vote video, you can suck it up and be like, you know what? I really don't like video, but I'm gonna like it today because that's what my audience needs and I'm here to serve my audience. That's the shortcut, right? Or if you go with what you want, if they vote video the highest and you say, well, I'm going to do audio instead, or I'm going to do a written content or text-based content instead, it may take a little bit longer for you to monetize, but you can still make money. So there's a shortcut and there's a long way, just like with the other step. Okay, that was number 4. Once you know what people want, you also need to take time to decide what's easiest for you to create. Now, moving on to the next step of this process. You need to be creating irresistible products and services, okay? These are going to be the highest producing products and services in your business. That's why we started with what's making the most money, because that's an irresistible product. even if it's not making a ton of money by itself, if it's making more money than everything else in your business, it has the greatest potential to bring you in money every single month consistently. It probably just needs a few little tweaks, or moving to a different system, or changing the copy, or promoting it a little bit more. Could really take this product sold 2 or 3 times and all my other products sold once to, wow, this product sold 50 times this month. Those little tweaks can make a really, really big difference, okay? You may be right there on the brink of, 6-figure numbers in a year, or 4-figure numbers in a month. You may be right there on the brink of that if you have a product that is clearly performing better than others, okay? Before you release anything new, you need to make sure of these 4 things. So if you're in a position where you're like, it's kind of making money, but I don't really want to focus on that product, or it's not really something I'm passionate about, or I'm not making money at all. If you're somewhere in one of those areas, before you decide to release something new, you need to make sure you have these 4 things, all right? Number 1, your new product needs to be well designed. Before you release something new, it's important to release consistently, to release content, but if it's not well designed as far as visually it looks good, or structurally you thought it out, like if you actually thought about the product and prepared to release it, then I would say don't release it. Because if you have 5 good products and then you just throw a random product in there because you want to make more money, and it's not that great as the previous 4 things, it's going to take your brand down, okay? If you need help with this, you can find somebody in this chat and private message them. Like I said, maybe somebody that lives in the same state as you, and feel free to keep dropping your state if you want to, but somebody that lives in the same state as you, or the same city as you, or somebody that does something that you do as well, and say, hey, I need an accountability partner. Let me shoot you a cover of my ebook that I'm about to release, or this workbook that I want to put out, or this video course I'm trying to do. Can I send you the sales page and you tell me honestly on a scale from 1 to 10, is this good? Is this not good? Et cetera, et cetera. It's great if you send it to another business owner, because we have different eyes than most people, okay? So we can tell, we know what you're looking for as a result. So we know that when we look at whatever you're sending us to review, or whatever you're sending us to get an opinion on, we can tell you honestly, okay, I can look at something and say, I think that'll make a lot of money, or I don't know, that might be kind of confusing to the customer. A business owner can tell another business owner that. So if you're going to do that and try to get some feedback, I would strongly suggest sending it to another business owner, and not just sending it to like a family member or a friend or something like that, because that person's just going to look at the surface level. But we all know that we're all here to make money. So if I send you something of mine and you send me something of yours, for us to both look over and say, that's about a 7, or that's about a 5, or this part's a little bit confusing, or maybe change this, you're going to get a way different result. So that's why it's important to be a part of communities, okay? Whether it's, like I said, an accountability partner, or getting inside of a Facebook group. There's a ton of free Facebook groups that you can join to get some feedback, okay? So number 1, make sure it's well designed. Number 2, it must speak to struggles. So before you release something new, ask yourself, how does this product or service serve my target audience? How does it serve them? And how is this going to make it easier for your audience to live? That's something that's happening right now, right? If you're not going to release a product or service that is going to improve the life of someone else, improve the life of someone in your target audience, or the line of people that's in front of you, then there's no point in you releasing it. And you need to be able to say that. If somebody asks you, okay, how is this going to improve you know, your ideal client's life? You need to literally be able to just give a straight answer. So for this is a finding hidden revenue streams in your webinar. How's this going to improve you guys' lives? It's going to improve your life by helping you add an extra stream to a business you already have, so you don't spend a whole bunch of extra time creating a new business. And then you're swamped and overwhelmed with extra things to do. Like, we don't need any extra stuff to do. We just need more money, like, period. You know, we want to earn more, work less, period. That's what we want. So make sure you know exactly how this is going to improve that person's life and be able to speak about that. Okay. Number 3, know where you are taking them from point A to point B. This is so important. And it kind of goes, this is number 3. How are you getting people from point A to point B? It really goes hand in hand with number 2, but I decided to make it a separate point because it's a very direct question. All right. Where are they now? Where are you taking them? Where is your ideal client now? Where are you taking your ideal client in the future? That easy, okay? That in between is what your product is going to do or what your service is going to do. So if you sell, for example, hair products, where's your client now? They may have dry, damaged, brittle hair and split ends. Where are you taking them? To a healthy head of hair. What happens in between? Your products or your services if you're a stylist, your products if you make hair products. Point A, let's say you sell t-shirts. I'm trying to use ones that are like common but not often used in examples. You sell motivational t-shirts. Where's your client now? Where are you taking them? Point A, they may have opinions and they may be fashionable, but they don't necessarily have anything to wear that helps them express how they feel. Point B, they now have t-shirts that help them express their point of view and spread their message and spread positivity through the world. What's that in between? Them buying your inspirational t-shirts and listening to your Instagram videos and watching your Instagram posts every single day. They keep them motivated. And wearing the t-shirt reminds them of where they're going in their life. That's point A to point B. Deeper than a t-shirt brand. Way deeper than a t-shirt brand. It's always deeper. And that's how you see the difference between people that have a t-shirt brand and they make a little bit of money and people that have a t-shirt brand and they make thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands every single year, because they think about it as more than just t-shirts, because it is more than just t-shirts. I'm not wearing a t-shirt with something on it that I don't believe in, but if I see something that is a saying that I say all the time or something that I firmly believe or is my life mantra, I'm putting that t-shirt on because I need everybody to know that this is what it is. All right. So point A to point B. Where are they now and where are you taking them? It's a little bit easier to do if you're a business or a life coach. That's why I kind of use the physical products. Number 4, last but not least, when you're creating new products or services, be specific. Be clear on who it is for, the results the buyer can expect to see if they put in the work or use the product properly, and how their life will change for the better as a byproduct of working with or buying from you. So that also needs to be clear, and that's something you can list on. If you're selling physical products, you would list those things on your product description page. If you're selling a service, you would list it on your service page. These are the benefits, boom, 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 of working with me or purchasing this product. These are the results you can expect to see, boom, boom, boom. This is when you can expect to see these results. Be very, very specific. You have to make it very easy for people to buy from you. That means answering all their questions, giving as much detail as you possibly can, breaking down the value of that price, and showing up every single day. Like, if you do those things and you have a product or a service that is going to make that person's life better, they're not going to be able to say no. They're not. Even if even if somebody says, I don't have the money. If it's something they really, really want, they'll save the money. They may not come that day, but they'll save the money, pull it from little pieces here, there, wherever, and they'll come back and purchase. But in the meantime of them saving the money, and this is very, very powerful, do not discount people who cannot buy right then, because people who really, really, really want what you offer but cannot afford it right at that moment are your biggest fans, because in between the time of them wanting what you offer and not having the money and saving the money and being able to purchase, those people are going to like every single post. They're going to show up to every single class. They're going to share all the stuff on your timeline. They're going to tell everybody they know that your product or your service is the best thing since sliced bread. Those are your biggest community members. So don't discount people if they can't afford it, because those are your ride or die. Really, they end up being your ride or dies, which is, I don't hear that talked about a lot either, but it's true. They end up being your ride or dies. And they eventually will purchase when their finances allow. Okay? So now that you know all of who you serve, what they struggle with, you have a list of ways you can provide for them. Let's get down to the 7 streams of revenue, okay? Like I said before, you're most likely using 2 or 3 of these. If you're currently making sales, make note of all of these streams and decide what makes the most sense for you to add. I do not recommend, I gotta say this, I do not recommend trying all 7 of these at one time. Just slowly build up on top of what you have. Once you master one of the streams and it's running on its own and it's on an automated sales funnel or an automated system, let it run and then come back and revisit the list and say, what makes most sense for me to do next right now, okay? So stream number 1 is downloadables and printables. That is anything that you make digitally in Canva, okay? In Canva or Adobe Photoshop, whatever you use. Anything you make digitally in Adobe Photoshop or Canva or PicMonkey that somebody can go on your website, purchase, and instantly download. That's the first stream, downloadables and printables. All right. For me, this is ebooks, workbooks, worksheet sets, pre-made. I make pre-made stuff for business coaches. So all the pre-made stuff that I make for business coaches that they can go instantly download, edit, and resell. All that stuff, downloadables and printables. All right. And if you're service-based, a downloadable for you would either be worksheets, ebooks, checklists that help your clients in some kind of way. Okay. Number 2, your second online stream is going to be online courses. This is longer forms. It's not something they can just instantly download. It's something that's going to take them days or weeks to process. It's lesson plans. This is stuff that you'll see inside of Teachable as an online course, or MemberSpace or Thinkific. Any of those services or those websites, those systems will have online courses, okay? So that's you teaching them to get from point A to point B, but it may be a lot of content, so it's easier to break up into pieces. Online course. Stream number 3, one-on-one services. One-on-one services, not coaching, that's a different stream, but anything where you are servicing someone and it's you and them. Just you and them servicing. One-on-one services, custom to that person. Stream number 4, webinars and pre-recorded video. So this is stream 4, webinars. Hey, what's up, y'all? Stream 4. Even though this is free, but stream 4, webinars and pre-recorded video. So a lot of times what I'll do is, because you can double up, you can host something live, you can sell the replay later, or you can only host it live, it's up to you. Or you can pre-record on your phone or on your laptop. You can pre-record, download it to your desktop, upload it to your website and sell it that way, or upload it to YouTube as a private link, or upload it to Vimeo, Vimeo as a private link. And you can actually rent from Vimeo now. So you can, film some classes, put them on Vimeo, and people can rent them instead of buy them, like have access for a certain number of days for a certain price versus buying it for a higher price, which is really cool. It's like Blockbuster on the internet. I just showed my age. It's Blockbuster on the internet. Oh my goodness. So webinars and pre-recorded video, which is sometimes helpful for people. So if you, like I said earlier, if you're video shy, it may be easier for you to pre-record because it's not live. So if you make a mistake, you can start over. You can also edit if you want to, but you don't have to. It's just up to you. But that may be easier for you. Stream number 5, physical products. Every service-based business can have a physical product, and all of the product-based businesses can have services. That's how you diversify your income. So physical products. For me, physical products is all of the things that you make as a downloadable or printable could be a physical product, because you can print those and then mail them if people like physical copies better. And that's something you can also do a survey on Instagram on your page. You can put in the polls, survey, do you prefer physical books or ebooks? Do you prefer digital workbooks or physical workbooks? And that vote will tell you, man, maybe I need to print one of these workbooks and ship it, okay? If you're gonna print, you can use, I'm gonna put it in here. If you are going to print, you can use thebookpatch.com. They are still printing right now with no delays. None of their warehouses are in cities that are, as they say, none of their warehouses are in cities that are greatly affected by COVID. So they have not had any delays in their shipping, but it does take 2 business weeks on average to get your books. So you do have to think ahead, but you can get books for as low as printed for as low as $2.50 a book. So if your audience prefers physical books, which some audiences do, if they prefer physical books, then it may be worth it to go ahead and print. That's the printer I use. Make it easier for you guys. All right. Number 6, brand partnerships and affiliate income. Number 6, I've seen a lot of people go into the affiliate companies while we've been in this lockdown, and that definitely is an additional revenue stream that doesn't really require you to start from scratch, because they provide you with the website. They provide you with the product. I mean, you pay a little bit up front, but they provide you with the product. They give you marketing materials. You have a team. So that counts as an additional income stream if you add an affiliate product such as anything from TLC or Avon or Paparazzi or whatever. That counts as an additional income stream because it can just add. Now, in those cases, because when you have an affiliate, when you do affiliate marketing, you are more of a personal brand. So you may have to bring some more personal attributes out on your business page. You may have to get a little bit personable, show your face a little bit more to be successful with that revenue stream. But it's definitely a lot easier to add that than to start from scratch with something else. Or if that's all you do, then you are a personal brand. Your stream is affiliate, but you are a personal brand and you can still add these other streams. So even if you sell, I was gonna say flat tummy tea, not flat tummy tea. Even if you sell NutriBurst, you can still create downloadables and printables related to health. You can still have your own weight loss online course. You can still have your own one-on-one services where you coach people through losing weight while using NutriBurst, or maintaining weight after major weight loss. You can still have all of these other streams where you get 100% of the income. And guess what that's going to do? You're going to get 100% of the income from those other streams, and it's going to boost your sales through the affiliate. So you'll be making that affiliate money as well. So even if you're in here and you're in affiliate marketing, you can still use all of these other streams. Or even if you're in here and you own a business or a service, a product-based business or a service-based business that has nothing to do with NutriBurst losing weight, you can still add that as an affiliate, because under the stream, because people are still going to want to know you, and they're still going to want to look at you. And I'm so sorry, but we live in a world that is very surface, and as unfair as it is, no matter how smart you are, no matter how much money you've made offline, no matter how, many client reviews you have, people are still going to look at you. They're still going to look at you and make a buying decision based off of what you look like. It's the craziest thing to me. I'm still not used to it. I'm still like, why can't I just roll over in bed and just do this live with my edges not laid? And I could, but people still are going to look at you and buy based off of what you look like, how you carry yourself. Does your life look like it's in a healthy state? Because they're going to assume that whatever you're selling them is going to help elevate their life. So they're looking to see, is your life elevated? Do I want to give you my money because I want to live the life that you're living? They're still going to look at you like that. So it's good to have brand partnerships and affiliate income. And it's not just the affiliate marketing, but it's also the brand partnerships, like you partnering with other small businesses that speak to the same clients but don't offer the same services. So you may service, women in between 25 to 35, and there may be somebody else in here who services women that are 25 to 35, and you guys sell completely different things. But guess what? You guys can actually partner. You're perfect partners, because you talk to the same exact group of people, but you offer two separate things. But it's two separate things that are going to benefit the same person, and she probably needs both. So those are the partnerships. And then, of course, the bigger companies that you can partner with, where you wear their clothes or their makeup products, or you try on their shoes, or you do YouTube videos, whatever. Whatever you are using, and this is a really easy way to find partnerships, whatever you currently use in your business, or you currently tell your clients, hey, you should use this. This is a great product for you. I don't sell it, but here's a great product for you that I love. Here's a great service that I used in the past that was awesome. Any of those companies, those are your partnerships, because those are companies that you actually have relationship experience with. You know what I mean? You've actually used their stuff. And that's what you say when you send them an email. Hey, I actually used your product before. I actually used your service. I've recommended it to this many clients. I recommend it on a daily basis or weekly basis to all of the people that I service. This is a great service. Do you have an affiliate program? Or you can go to their website, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and it'll say at the bottom of the page, affiliates, partnerships, PR, public relations, any of those things that says at the bottom, click that. And sometimes there's just a little sign up form, or it just says, hey, send us an email with a link to your Instagram account. And it doesn't mean that you have to have a lot of followers. Sometimes they just want to see alignment. They just want to see that, hey, this is somebody who actually really services people that would be great for our products. Or this is somebody that's great on video, or somebody that has courses, or somebody that has products and services that are not the products and services that we offer, but talk to the same people. So it's not always a ton of followers. They really don't even trust that anymore. They used to do it based off of followers, not so much anymore. Now you could have 1,000 followers and have partnerships with freaking Disney, because you're in alignment and they recognize that. Okay. All right, last but not least, stream number 7, and I'm going to go back through all the streams. Stream number 7 is coaching. So coaching, just straight up teaching someone that doesn't know how to do what you're doing, how to do what you're doing. That can be in any kind of business. All right, coaching. So 7 streams. Stream number 1, downloadables and printables. Stream number 2, online courses. Stream number 3, one-on-one services. Stream number 4, webinars and pre-recorded video. Stream number 5, physical products. Stream number 6, brand partnerships and affiliate income. And stream number 7, coaching. Okay, all 7 of these can fit into any service or product-based business. Even if you get bored in one area, you can diversify into another. Like I said, I just wouldn't suggest trying all 7 of them at once because it's overwhelming. But identify 2 or 3 and say, okay, these 2 or 3 really, I really like how they sound. I think they really fit well into what I currently have going on in my business. Let me see which one of these I can start with and really push during this time, okay? So having all these streams, having multiple of these streams will make your business more likely to survive in an economic downturn, which may be where we're going, but like I said, we're not sure for sure. But it helps you build more dependable money and more dependable income that's coming in month after month, okay? So I got one more thing for you guys. Just some examples where you can where you can position these streams as a need-based purchase, because that's what you're trying to create. You're thinking, okay, what I currently have going on, what can I add now that fits into what I currently have going on that makes sense for my client to purchase? And how do I make it seem as though, or how do I position it as they need this product, not want this, they need this product or need this service, okay? Because people are buying their needs right now, not their wants. One-on-one services that last over a period of multiple months, that creates recurring revenue. A video series that is delivered over a period of weeks, that creates consistent revenue. Physical products as a membership or sold as a 30-day supply or 60-day supply with the option to automatically reorder with a discount or added bonus, that creates consistent. All right, so that's for all you guys that create, physical products. So maybe it's a t-shirt, t-shirt of the month. They get a t-shirt, new t-shirt every month. Or it's hair products. This is a 30-day supply. So instead of saying this is gonna last you 5 washes or 7 washes or whatever, you say this is a 30-day supply, because in their brain that says I'm gonna need one of these every 30 days. And then if there's an option there in the purchasing of the checkout to have a new jar sent to you every 30 days and you get a little discount, a 5% discount to pay a little bit less because you're on a subscription to get a new jar every month, they're going to pay for that. And that's going to bring you recurring revenue and their hair is going to stay healthy. So everybody wins in this situation. All right. Brand partnerships that have you set up as an affiliate with no definite end. So like I said, when you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, if you sign up as an affiliate, that means as long as you're still bringing in sales, you get to still make money consistently, all right? Online courses that are set for a period of time but launch over and over again, that's gonna bring you, if you choose online course, that's gonna bring you consistent income month over month. And of course, the options are endless, really, with these 7 streams of income, okay? So for you guys being here live, I have something special for you that I have not released yet, but I'm about to release, okay? It's a 4-week online course, so it's designed to be consumed over 30 days. It's called How to Create Consistent Income in Your Business. So it's to help you plan out specifically one of these revenue streams. Plan out, okay, this is how I can make money. This is who it's for, and write it down. It comes with a workbook. It's digital, but it comes with a workbook, and it's broken up over the course of 4 weeks. There's video classes, and there's text-based and worksheets. So you'll actually be planning out how you are going to execute these things, all right? So there's a new session that opens up each week. There's question and answer every week. It's built in with a ton of support, but it's like this class expanded over the course of a 30-day period so that you can actually take one of the streams and put it into action. I'm going to drop the link in the chat box for you guys because, like I said, I have not released this course yet. I'm releasing it on Friday. So tomorrow night / Saturday morning, the email is going to go out Friday night, but people probably aren't going to see it till Saturday morning. So the email goes out tomorrow. The price for the 30-day course is $197, but for you guys, because you are here live, you can grab it for 47 bucks, $150 off. You can grab it. So it's this extended. It's a lot more in detail. The workbook is about 30 pages, and I break it up over the 30 days. You have access to the course for a full year. So even if you don't start now, or you start late, or you start and then you know fall back a little bit and then come back, you have a full year to go through the 30 days worth of content and put that into your business. But it's just really, really, really important, and really it's going to be really helpful for you to create consistent income that you can actually depend on, because a lot of people have lost their jobs, and so your business is very, very suddenly becoming your main source of income. And it's very important to make sure that you're building a strong foundation for consistent $5,000 months or consistent $10,000 months, instead of just saying, oh my God, I had a launch, I made $5,000. I made a launch, I made $10,000. Okay, that's great, but what happened the next month after that? Who knows? It's more important to build a consistency. Even if the consistency is $2,000, I'd rather make a consistent $2,000 a month in my business than have one $5,000 month and then not make any more money for 3 months. You know what I mean? So the group is, I'm going to put it in here. You can go to it by putting into your browser bit.ly/consistent dollars. I'll also send the link to the page and in an email. So if you are on the email list, which all you guys are on the email list for this webinar, I will actually send you an email with the link to join it, and you'll see on there there's a $47 option, and you'll see on there the regular price is $197. So everybody else who did not come to this class live, they're only going to have the option to enroll at $197, but you guys can enroll at $47, okay, if you enroll before midnight tonight. Also, if you go to that page, there is a breakdown of every single thing that I'm teaching inside of that course. Every video thing you'll have access to, every worksheet, the titles, all of that, and the detailed breakdown of this is what's happening on week 1, this is what's happening week 2, this is what's happening week 3, this is what's happening week 4. All of that is broken down in there, so you can actually go and look at the page and see everything in a detailed format and make a decision on whether you're ready to build consistent income in your business. All right. Do I have any questions about this information? I know I just covered a lot in a short amount of time. What time is it? It's 9:01. I know I was like talking for literally almost a full hour, but are there any questions that I can answer for you guys? I'm going to hang around for at least the next 10 minutes to answer questions. But you can go to that website, bit.ly/consistent dollars, all lowercase, or you can wait on the email to go out. I think it's scheduled to go out now, like at 9:15, maybe. Okay, I see a question from Allie. She says, what is the minimum number of pages does your ebook need to be to sell? There's not really a minimum number of pages. It's more so how much is the information worth that you're giving out. Like, because I've had some really good ebooks that were like 10 pages. Like, is it gonna solve my problem in 10 pages, or does it need to be 30 pages? For ebook, I'm honestly going to tell you this, like, it's 2020. There's a lot of audiences that do not read a lot. They do not read lengthy ebooks for 2 reasons. One, because our attention span in today's society is a lot shorter than it used to be. Not necessarily that we don't like reading, but the attention span is a lot smaller. And also because ebooks have to be read on electronic devices and the irritation of the eyes. Like, it's a real thing no matter what age you are. You can only look at your phone screen or your iPad screen or your computer screen for so long before you're like burning your retinas out. So I would say for an ebook, don't make it any longer than 100 pages. Actually, shorten that. Don't make it any longer than like 60 pages. Like, that's too long. Okay. If it's going over 60 pages, you might as well print it and send it as a physical book. Even though it's going to be a little teeny tiny physical book, it's still better to send it as a physical if it's going to be that many pages, because people are going to assess a higher value with a printed book that's 60 pages than an ebook that's 60 pages. Okay. No problem. You want your products to be a size where people can take the information that you give them and take action on it. Because when you give people too much information, when they have too much information, they get overwhelmed and we get anxious and we're not able to actually learn from what you're teaching us or act on what you're teaching us. So it's better to give your information in small little chunks where people can actually digest it and then go use it, because they're going to get a better result that way. Okay. That's why I break everything up into pieces. And there's courses, and you have, some of the videos you have lifetime access to, but as far as courses, you have a year access to consume the content and kind of go at your own pace and go little by little, because people have crazy lives. They have crazy lives. Crazy. Yeah. A to B, and then B to C, and then C to D. Little bite-sized steps, especially if it's something like that someone has never done before, or if it's something that people don't know how to do. Like, we forget, like, this is like riding a bike. A lot of what we're teaching people, a lot of what you're teaching people or what you're selling to people is really like learning how to ride a bike. You can't just be like, okay, you're getting on this two-wheeler today, I'm going to push you down this hill, this is how you stop, good luck. Like, you have to be like, this is your little bike, it's got training wheels, ride from here to the end of the street and come back. And do that a few times. And then, okay, we're going to take off these training wheels, but I'm going to hold you while riding this bike from here to the end of the street and come back. We're going to do that a few times. And then you're on your own. But definitely little steps, okay? Yes, bookpatch.com is a great place to have planners and journals printed. Like I said, I mean, I had a 100-page book printed from the bookpatch.com. It was $6 a book to print, and it sold for $20. I paid, now you have to pay for it up front, but I mean, hey, I paid $6 up front to sell something for $20. So my profit was $14, clean and free. It was totally worth it. Actually, I have one. Let me grab it. You guys can keep asking questions. I'm going to grab this book for you. All right. Here's one of the books. I've published in physical print 6 books. This is number 6. This is the last one. It came out in January. It's a journal. You have the option to do perfect binding like this, or you can do spiral binding. If you want a spiral binding, it's up to you. But this is the book. I got it from thebookpatch.com. I designed this in Canva myself. I'm the queen of spend this much money, make this much money. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy stuff, okay? But the quality of it's really good. Mine's black and white on the inside because it's a journal, so it wasn't necessarily needed to be in color, but you can have it printed in color, and they'll tell you the price if you get black and white, and they'll tell you the price if it's in color. You can buy an ISBN number from the book patch. Yes, you can buy one from them. So all of that's there. They partner with Amazon. So if you want to sell your book on Amazon as a digital download, you can do that as well. So this is an example of the book patch. This was a 100-page book, front and back. Bought it for $6, and I think it was $6.50 a book. He sold it for $20. And you can buy one book. If you want to buy one book, you can buy one and sell one. If you want to buy, I buy it in groups of 20 because it takes 2 weeks to print and get to you. So I buy them in groups of 20. So what, 20 times 6 was $120, and I made 20 times 6 is 120. I sold them for $20 each. So I spent $120 and I made 400 bucks, and I designed it in Canva. So boom. Some people still like print, okay? I kind of like print, especially if it's a journal or something to write in. I do kind of like to print it out. But like I said, it's all up to your audience. So yes. Yeah, what's up?
Hi, I wanted to just ask, can you do a podcast as a stream, and how do you make money off it, if that's possible?
Wait, say that one more time. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
My question was, excuse me, can you do a podcast as a stream, and how do you make money off of it, if you can do that?
You said, can you do a podcast in a stream?
As a stream.
I can't hear. Can you type it for me in a live stream? Is that what you said?
Can you hear me now a little better?
Yeah, but I'm getting like an echo.
All right, maybe that's me, okay. Yes, as a stream.
Oh, yes. Can you do a podcast as a stream of income? Yes, but your podcast is not, it is a stream of income, but it falls under brand partnerships and affiliates because most of podcast income comes from ads.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, podcasts definitely for sure. I don't see enough African American people doing podcasts. I don't. But yeah, definitely. I mean, to the point where last year, Google, because the balance is so off between the amount of podcasts that are for minorities and that are not for minorities, that they ran a whole campaign to get African American female podcasters their own podcast, and they paid for it, like hundreds of people. So if you have a podcast, definitely good. And I think podcasts are really getting big because you can listen to it while you're doing something else. So you can listen to it while you're washing dishes or at the grocery store. Remember what I said earlier, we're always moving, we're always going. So to be able to listen to something in our ears like a podcast and get inspiration or business tips or hear interviews from people that are inspiring or people that we're interested in or people that are doing things that we want to do or have accomplished things that we want to accomplish is really, really big thing. So if you're fine with audio, podcast could be your pot of gold. It could really be a pot of gold, seriously. And people pay big advertising dollars for podcasts because podcast listeners are avid. I'm a podcast listener myself, if you can't tell. I listen to a ton of podcasts. Yeah. Oh, someone asked, design for yourself for free, then go over to the book patch and pay $6.50 to print. Yeah, and that's for 100 pages. So if it's less than 100 pages, it's actually going to be less than $6.50 a book. Where do I get my ideas for my workbooks? When people ask me questions, I'm smiling because I get asked a lot of questions, but when people ask me questions, and also your most popular content. So like if you have a post that gets a whole lot of likes, like way more than your other posts, and you're like, this is really doing well, go back and find more content that is very, very close to that popular piece of content and post that. If it's still doing well and continues to do well like that, that is a good idea for a workbook. Also, if people ask you the same questions over and over again, that's a good idea for a workbook. If you're teaching other people how to do what you do, that can be put into a workbook as well. You own a boutique, what would you talk about on a podcast you would love to do when you're a talker? Oh, that's a good one. If you have a boutique, you could probably do like all the little segments they do on e-news, like who wore it better, you know, where the style is going, like style tips, what are the best places to shop. You can share like these places are having a sale this week, and that's going to change, of course, like every week. You can share coupon codes. If you have an affiliate, you can share that as well. And maybe a little bit hard to do who worked better. You can talk about it on your podcast, but what you would probably need to do is also have a blog or have your Instagram set up and have the pictures and say, you know, whatever you're talking about on the show, if you guys didn't see this picture, you know, if you guys didn't see this picture of what Janet Jackson wore or what Kim Kardashian wore, you have to go over to our Instagram page and see this. This is the outfit we're talking about. It's the green yada, yada, yada with the crazy cheetah print shoes, whatever. And that's actually going to be great because it's going to send traffic back and forth in between your podcast and your Instagram page. What's the name does it a lot. Not the Shade Room, but not the Shade Room, the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club does it all the time, and radio stations do it all the time. They go back and forth. So any of that stuff is good for boutiques. Anything about clothes, fashion, celebrities, beauty, because people who listen to all that stuff are people that shop a lot, and those are your customers. You want customers that shop a lot. People that are shopping, even though they're in the house. People that are getting dressed to be cute on the couch. Those are your people. Do I know anything about creating an app? You heard you can do it without knowing how to code. I don't know anything personally about creating an app, unfortunately. But man, I have somebody on my thing. I think she is called, I'm trying to remember her Instagram name, and I'm looking, and this is why I usually have people saved. I can't think of her Instagram name. I don't know anything about building an app without coding, but send me a direct message because as soon as I get off of here, I'm probably going to remember her name. But she does that, but I'm not sure because I don't have an app. Yes. Yes, the course content is going to release on Sunday. The first class will release on Sunday. So yeah, she's good. Thank you for that, Melissa. Dana Chanel is good for that. She has a few different things going on. She's got a subscription. She's got a lot of the streams on the seven streams list, actually. She's got service-based with her tech service. She's got physical products with, she has a Black beauty supply store. She also has a subscription service called the Curl Bible. That's her subscription base. She's got a whole bunch of stuff. But she's got a lot of those different streams there. You'll start to notice, like now that we went over the 7 income streams, you can literally get on Instagram and go through all of the people that you know that are 6-figure and 7-figure entrepreneurs, and you'll be able to see, oh man, they're using stream 5, 6, 8, and 5, 6, 8. There's no 8. 5, 6, 3, and 2, or they're using streams 1, 5, and 7. Like you'll be able to see it now, how people are segmenting different pieces of their business to make as much money as they possibly can and provide as much information as they possibly can. But yes, so the link is out there. I just had to confirm. The link has been sent. So if you want to register, you can go ahead and register at that $47 versus $197 because you guys are in this private class. This has been so helpful. I couldn't figure out how to change to everyone to ask my earlier question about the podcast. I'm particularly in retail. There was one I'm really struggling with trying to come up with a business that I can start. It has to be something that's going to be of interest to me or I won't do it. Yeah, definitely. You definitely have to start a business that you're interested in. Some people just start businesses because they want money, but if you can find something that you're interested in, you can take that and fit it into these 7 things and make money with it somehow. But if you're interested, it's definitely going to last a little bit longer. But go ahead, sis. Get that podcast started. Get it out there. Think about the skills that you use at your current job and how you can apply those to these 7 streams. I mean, if you work in retail and you help people pick out their outfits every day, you can be a confidence coach. You can release a workbook on, how to get dressed every single day, or how to put together outfits, or how to put together, a capsule wardrobe. You can do video classes on how to wear, this skirt 5 different ways, or this, top 5 different ways, all kinds of stuff. Tara Reid, that's another good one. It's funny because all these people that you guys are mentioning, I'm like, I know that person. Why did my brain just go blank? But yes, definitely. That's a good person who teaches no coding necessary if you want to do an app. Hopefully the person who asked that is still in here. And she's getting all these names down because these are all really good people. These are all very, very good people. No problem. All right, last call. Do I have any more questions before I hop off of here? Remember, you can go to your email. It may end up in your spam, you guys, because it was an automated message from my email service. So make sure you check your spam. There is a link to see all of everything that I'm going to be teaching in there. The course content releases on Sunday. It starts releasing on Sunday. Awesome. Is there somewhere to create something similar to a photo book without using a known photo book company? I mean, you could use the bookpatch.com for a photo book. My only suggestion with photo books is obviously that you print them in color, unless they're meant to be black and white photos, and that you pick the highest quality of paper and the highest quality of gloss possible. If you're going to print pictures, like a picture book, just make sure that you choose the highest possible gloss and the highest possible paper weight, because that's going to make your picture book look really, really good. But you can print from the bookpatch.com. If you want to, because this is probably going to make you feel a little bit more comfortable. If you don't want to order from a known photo book company, upload it into the book patch and just order 1 copy. They'll let you order 1 single copy. You can just order 1 copy for $4 or $5 to see what it looks like before you order a bunch of them. All right, any other questions? Any questions? Table business banners or table covers besides Vistaprint? Send me a direct message. I have someone I can ask that I know has a business banner that I've seen in person that was really good, but I don't know where she got it from. But if I ask her, she'll tell me. So send me a direct message on Instagram and I'll let you know when she answers me. Because I don't know, because I don't have one. But I've seen her with them multiple times and they look really good. No problem. Oh, there we go. There's one. This is why it's great to have multiple people in class. Fresh Baked Prints on IG. How do I like Flowdesk versus ConvertKit? I love Flowdesk. I just switched. I like Flowdesk because it is pretty, but the analytics on Flowdesk are definitely not as good on ConvertKit, but I am okay with sacrificing data. This is the only time you will ever hear me say this. I'm kind of okay with sacrificing a little bit of data if my email looks attractive and I'm not getting charged $1 million, because that's why I was like, ConvertKit and MailChimp, I cannot do anymore because my email list is so big now that I was getting charged like over $100 a month for email service. Like, it was just ridiculous. So I like that on Flowdesk, I can have an unlimited number of people. How do I feel about people charging $200 to promote for 1 hour? Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, it would be one book personalized per client. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know any way you could actually do that in a fast way unless you were doing it yourself, like unless you had an industrial grade printer and you did it yourself, because there's no print. I don't know of any printer that's going to be able to keep up with production, one book personalized per client. They take too long to print to be able to do that. Yeah. Someone else in here might know though. Okay, how do I feel about people charging? Okay, $200 for promote for 1 hour. Okay, it depends on how many followers they have and what their engagement rate is. You have to pay attention to that. Like, if they have 100 and something thousand followers, but their posts are only getting 100 something likes, 200 something likes, that's a no. I know the algorithm has changed and things are different, but $200 for 1 hour, if it's a post, heck no. I don't care how many followers you have unless you're Kim Kardashian. If it's a post, no. If it's a video post, I would still say no because it's only an hour. If it's a live, yes. If it is an Instagram live or a Facebook live from their page, and the length of the live can be 45 minutes to an hour, and it stays up for 24 hours, $200, you can have my money. You got to have at least 50,000 followers, but you can have my money. Yeah, and definitely ask for those insights. That's a good point, Melissa. Ask for the insights. But yeah, other than a live, that's never going to be worth it. Like, ever. Not even on the Shade Room, and they charge thousands of dollars for a 24-hour post. Not even there is it worth $200 for an hour, because the algorithm is so messed up that the amount of people that are going to see your post in an hour is not worth it. It's not worth it at all. All right, last question. One more question. Insights is on your Instagram page. If you go to, oops, if you go to these dots up here, I'm just going to show you because it's easier. Y'all ignore the fact that I have no nails on my finger. But if you go to those dots, those lines up there, you'll see a bar that says insights right there. That's where all your data is. So if you click that, it'll give you your most popular posts. It'll show you the amount of activity, the people that visited your page, what time of day most people visit your page, how many website clicks you got that week, how many profile visits you got that week, directions, your gain, your top locations, all that stuff. So you want to be able to see if they're actually if their followers are actually real and if they're actually getting engagements. No, it's fine. It's very important that you know where that is, because like you want people to show you like what are their top locations. Do they have more males? Do they have more females on their page? All of that's in there. The age range, all of that's in there. Okay. Like my audience is 41% age 25 to 34 and 33% age 35 to 44. I don't talk to anybody less than 25. Like it's very rare. So it's important for you to know that before you pay somebody. My audience is 82% women. So if somebody, reaches out to me and says, "Hey, can I pay for an ad on your page?" and they sell a product that's mainly for men, I'm going to be honest and tell them, "Hey, only 18% of my audience is men, so I may not be the best fit for you." But some people will just take your money. So you have to ask them for the insight so that you don't get gypped, basically. So that you don't get gypped. And then also the locations is a really good way to see if they paid for their followers or if they have actual real followers. Because if they have real followers, most of their audience is going to be in the country that they live in. So most of their audience is going to be in the country that they live in if their followers are real, because a big, big part of Instagram is geolocation based. So I'm in Atlanta, so I have a really big audience in Atlanta. I have a really big audience in other places. Atlanta's my top, New York, Houston, Chicago, Philadelphia. Those are my top ones. But like if my profile says I'm based in Atlanta, or you always see me in Atlanta, and I screenshot and send you my insights for an ad, and my top, cities are like in Nigeria and Egypt and Australia, like that is a red flag that those person's followers are fake. So yeah, just a little hint there. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Remember, you have until midnight to register at that special $47 price versus $197, which is what it's going to be for everyone in the public who is not here for this class tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me live. I'll see you guys in the next class. See you later. Thank you so much for joining me.